Maybe you should call.
Yeah, everything colours.
Oy vey. Gosh, vey. Oy vey. I hope my thumbnail's dead. I seem to think he is. So call your friend. I've texted him again, asked him if he's come. Call him. I want the phone back, but call him and see what's up. Close the door. I don't want her coming out. I don't know. She's in there with Nick. She's in the bathroom.
Oh, she's in the bathroom with me.
Oh, hi, fat boy. Yeah, there's a monster. You saw it, right? I don't know why you don't just kick her ass. You can.
Oh yeah.
If cats were the same size as dogs, there wouldn't even be a fight. Like if you were to say, a mountain lion. A mountain lion versus your dog. Your dog's getting fucked up.
No, babe.
Especially if they make the mistake of doing the thing where they try to grab it by the neck and hold it down.
Yeah.
And the cat does the double kick. Huh?
He said no.
Why?
He doesn't want to get sick.
There you go.
He doesn't have spring break this week.
Well, I mean, you can come over next weekend, whatever. It's all good, dude. I just, you gotta be the considerate parents we always bitch that nobody else is. Because other people will send their kids off knowing they're sick and not giving a shit. And I don't even believe in that shit, so I don't know. It's a weird thing. I don't believe we get sick through germs. But I'm stupid, so don't listen to me. Fuck. So I had to reset my shit because had been knocked all the way down to 0 viewers. 5 legs, 0 viewers. 98 total views in the whole goddamn video. Talk about a joke. But I made the mistake of putting in the description. I made the mistake of using the old title. Maybe I did it again by changing the profile picture. Look at what a bitch she is. She's mad because he didn't get her shit, so she's being a bitch right now. He couldn't guess hers. She did a really bad job. God, she's terrible. God, she's terrible. Are we getting censored again? I mean, not censored again. You can, shit on my premise all you want. You don't have 2,500 subscribers. 2,500 people that wanted to be on your shit. And then, used to get 10, 15, 20, 30, 40,000 views when you had 500, 1,000 subscribers. But then the day after Charlie gets kirked, everything changes. That's not how shit works. That's not how the interwebs work. And you can say you think one thing or another. Like, it's cool. I get it. I'm talking weird shit. I'm talking shit that doesn't necessarily fit what you're told the way it all works is. And so most of you are fucking, like, I get what you would think an Alex Jones would get if he was telling you the truth. Or at least telling you the truth that they don't want told. That's the big thing. People don't want to talk about Ian Carroll. Like, they like what he does, and I get it. I do too. I hate saying these things. I want to believe Ian Carroll, but I just don't. I know how shit works. I've been doing this for so much longer than everybody else has. I've been saying these things to everybody for such a long time. You know, I can't tell you when it clicked. I thought it was like 2014 or something like that, 15. Actually, I think I thought it was more like 15, 16 is where I thought I sort of went towards the Jewish aspect of things. And I remember looking up what Semitism meant earlier than that. But I was thinking about it when I was, when my boss asked me why I don't attach myself to the work website, the work Facebook page, so that people can, if they come to the page, they'll see my profile. I work here. And I looked at it and I was like, do you really want your customers coming to my Facebook page? And he was like, oh yeah, wait, no. Because I didn't, to me it was like, I know how this works. I know if someone were to, and he knew what I talked about it all the time with him. He was a year younger than me, so we were buds, as well as he was my boss. But I had already gone way into the Jew narrative at that point. So that means I was seasoned in it. I had started to really, it must have been, 12-ish, 13. It must have been looking up Semitism that really sort of got me on the path. And I don't understand how anybody can look up what Semitism means and not think, something weird is going on. Like, what do you mean policy or predisposition favorable to them, to the friars? What do you, how is that, does that exist? Is there a Christianism? Is there a Muslimitism? Is there a Blackism? Is there anything like that suggests policy, rules and regulations, and predisposition, which is even weirder, the genetic programming? If your mom's family all has cancer, no matter how you live your life, you have a genetic predisposition to having cancer. That's what policy and predisposition favor. That's fucking insane. Well, two people. I have two people here right now. So is it me changing my picture that does it? What is it? Seems like if I do anything anymore. Two watchers and one like. It's just silly. It's silly. It's Saturday fucking morning. Saturday, 11 o'clock in the morning. Like, if there's any time where people are going to be scrolling through YouTube, they should have gotten a notification and come here. Like, I don't understand. I mean, well, I do understand, but I'm just saying, like, what are you looking at? What do you see it as? We'll give it another couple minutes. But if it doesn't get past 2, we'll have to do another reset. Because this is funny. 3. Ooh, we're up to 3. Whew. Now we're flowing. If you're I hope you're here because you agree with me and kindred spirits and all that stuff. But if you're here, it should be a valuable thing regardless of what side you're on. And if you can help me have a better understanding of things, then I would appreciate it. Whatever you think I'm wrong about, whatever you believe, if you support Trump, if you believe in Jesus, God, if you think Israel's the good guy, oh man, would I love to hear from you. I'd love to hear what you actually have to say, not some dumb shit where, it's, it's just you crying. I get that enough. I really appreciate somebody that's brave enough to represent like the majority. Like I'm the oddball here. I'm the one going against the grain, so you have all the advantage. If you know your shit well enough, you should be able to address what's being said. It's weird because you try to do it with Grok, and Grok, the limitations put on Grok won't allow it to do the human part of it. So it'll just keep repeating narratives like you're supposed to do it. God, she's awful. They give her the easy ones. What's up, Matt? Is your first notification? Just woke up. Oh, right on, man. We have to really start addressing the problems, not just pretending. Not just pretending that we're good people because we. Well, I don't support the pedophilia in the church. Well, do you speak against it? Do you do something? Do you stop supplying that thing with the money? And no, no, you don't. Do you attack people that don't? Look at her. She's hurt. Her back hurts from rolling around on the ground like she was. She's all out of breath. Her face is all fucked up. Oh, I can't stand Lucy. I can't stand that bitch. She is not funny at all. She was hot when she was young. I'll give you that. Of course I don't like Lucy. She's awful. She was fucking horrible. I don't understand the obsession. Like it just she was always the same obnoxious character. And that thing, if my wife ever did that shit because she didn't get her way. But you see it in a lot of those old shows where the dynamic is father-daughter. The wife is just another one of the kids until she gets mad, and then you placate her and give her way. Not a Fresh Prince, Will Smith fan either. And that was before the slap. Oh, I love the Fresh Prince growing up. I haven't seen it since, but as a kid, I wanted it so bad. To be taken from your situation and placed into luxury. Oh man, it's got to be a difficult transition. They were both bullies. Well, that was everything. Like that was literally, think about like the nerd. Right? If you're smart, you're a nerd. Nerds are bad. You got to have glasses and a pocket protector. But as a jock, part of being the jock, part of being cool, was making fun of those who weren't. That was like, you earned that by being cool. And it was, and it was funny too, because they would always show us that the coolest guy was the one who would be like, oh, come on, guys, knock it off, right? But for the most part, it's always the same characters were presented to us. Bullies and stupidity. Bullies and stupidity. But like, they used these narratives to create their niggas, whether white or black. If you look at the thug, gangster personality, its counterpart is the redneck, the hillbilly redneck. And though both existed throughout in milder iterations throughout history, late 80s, early 90s, they both just explode. They both explode. Are you just supporting us who already know, or are you recruiting others? Doesn't matter. You do it every day. I'm not doing anything but trying to learn myself. If people enjoy what I do and feel like engaging, then that's great. I want to reward you by giving you free music and hope that you'll share it with other people. www.the-bilderberg-group.com. The link will be in the description after the fact. If you need it now, just go to the previous video. But, do I ever preach to the choir? How many times have you seen me cap on one of my supporters because they get the fucking you're wrong or they're wrong? Happens every time, doesn't it? Knowing that there's a good chance they're gonna fucking do stupid. And why you gotta be a grammar Nazi? Blah, blah, blah. I don't care. The reason I pointed out to the stupid people is so they don't do it. Right? If you're opposing me, I pointed out to you because I want to be able to beat the best. And I don't want you to make it so easy by continuously fucking up something stupid like yours. So I'm going to tell you, hey, you're getting this wrong. It's killing whatever point you're trying to make. If you can't be bothered to use the right words, then what you have to say doesn't much matter. But I don't ever try to pander to you guys, or I never try to placate you guys. I would hope you would never do that to me. I would hope you would never look at everybody has to stand up because it's Lucy. She's gonna bow and shit. We love Lucy holding up the same sign they held up yesterday. Even because this is later on in the day. She's getting a standing ovation for being on a TV show. And then they have, what's his name, as the, look at this. She's pretending to wave at people. That would be so uncomfortable. That was the same audience from yesterday. It was the exact same audience. And then they have, what's his name here? And he doesn't get the fucking standing O. She is so yuck. God, she's yuck. Let's see. If only people could elaborate on their motives like you guys. Most people lack communication skills and need to take some knowledge. Yeah. I mean, like, I appreciate it. That stuff is it's always weird for me to hear stuff like that. I appreciate it, but I that's it. Just communicate. If I'm wrong, tell me. Don't be arrogant enough to think you're going to just be like, I think you're wrong about this. And I'm going to go, oh, shit. Well, if you say so, then, be prepared to have a back and forth. Know that I probably have 1 or 2 bullets in my gun to back up whatever I'm saying. And I hope you do too. I'm not talking directly to you, man. I think you get that. But, I really do expect the best from, I hope you expect the best. Like, if you hear me use the wrong your or to or there while I'm speaking, fucking call it out, man. If you can tell that I used the wrong one, please do it. LOL. Algo used to say that he likes to play stupid. He likes to lower people's expectations and then surprise them with how smart he actually is. And I don't want that at all. I want you to expect the very best from me. And if I don't deliver, Charles Nelson Riley, he's not getting a standing O. Charles Nelson Riley. This guy literally, had an entire career of being a guest on game shows. Lived an amazing life. Obviously gay, back when we didn't think gay was a thing. How would you hear the wrong your? Boom, 420 computer guy figured it out. Good Lord. Oh, thank you. I wish I could have seen your face. And you're like, wait, what the fuck is he talking? Here? That doesn't make any... What the fuck? Wait a minute, dude. Oh, that shit was funny. Oh, God. The chick, she's one of these chicks that says the same thing over and over again, even though it's been wrong. Cut. Incision. Is it a cut? Is it a cut? Is it an incision? It's an incision. Is it a cut? It's a jackal. Is it jackal? It's a jackal. It's a jackal. God, these people are dumb. Man. Howdy doody. What's your name? Think I know you from somewhere. I doubt it. Never seen me before. She keeps saying it. Cut. Is it a cut? It's cut, right? Is it a cut? Oh, that would be so frustrating. It's not fucking cut. Stop saying it, dumb bitch. Don't just keep saying words. Think about what's going on. Fucking moron. Oh. All right. This is... It's what is typed, not what he hears, obviously. Oh, must have been confused you with yoga. Fuck you. I'm like twice his size and not completely bald yet. It's going, though. Look at that shit. It's definitely going. Might be shaving this shit soon. I feel so arrogant saying that, but come on. Common sense, people. That's one of those things you got to get over. Got to get over the idea of being arrogant. Or if you are, who gives a fuck? Am I supposed to be, I'm supposed to lower myself? I'm supposed to dumb myself down to appease fucking stupidity? Oh, you're arrogant for knowing something I didn't know. If you're going to say that, instead of being like, oh, wow, man, thanks for pointing that. I didn't see it. Thanks. Like, you're the issue, not me. I'm not arrogant because I'm smarter than you. And I know people get upset when I say that. How could you say you're smarter than me? You're not supposed to be smarter than me. I'm not just smarter than you. I'm better than you. Yeah. And shouldn't you think that way about yourself? The difference of being, of course, I can prove it. Like, do you speak out against the genocide? Do you speak out against the pedophilia? Do you have the balls to call out the fucking cult that you've been told your whole life you're not allowed to talk about? You go, fuck that, I'm gonna talk about it anyway. The answer is probably no. Alright? Even AI called you an idiot. Yes, did it. Mexican food all day. All fucking day. Mexican food is going to beat out just about everything. Soul food is kind of, but soul food's just so bad for you. So bad for you. But yeah, no. Mexican food is the absolute Bangladesh. Yeah, it did. Yep, it sure did. Right? It sure did. Back to the idea of let's talk about individual stories in the Bible, not the whole thing. If you believe in the Bible and you believe it's real, then you're already in. You're like, I already accept what's being said. But the thing about all that stupid shit is it's meant, like, you want to talk about shit that supposedly happened 2,000 years ago. You can't talk about what's happening in the world today. You can't talk about you. You can't talk about how you feel about something, how you got to where you are. What made you get to the place where you're at, in your journey? You're a Christian, you're a Lutheran, you're a Protestant, you're some form of Christian. Right? Aren't you proud of that? Shouldn't somebody asking you about that make you like excited? Oh, cool, I get to express my beliefs to somebody. Right? Just had my last comment deleted. This is getting brutal. Of course. Soul food is good. It takes the soul. So good it takes the soul. Yeah. I mean, soul food is it's a diet that was made for black people to kill them. I mean, it's a killer diet. It's just fucking crazy. Karen, Y-O-U-R nasty. Karen, Y-O-U-R nasty. Dumbass says Karen, Y-O-U-R nasty. Not to glaze, but without stumbling across your live, and the first time I've learned so much, I actually can't resist telling others what I know. I also have never been more confident than I am now. That's exactly it. That's the best thing. Like, that's why this is done. Right? Because the more, confidence comes with that, like a guy that's a fucking world champion, even a guy that has a basic understanding of throwing hands, he walks around differently than a guy who knows if somebody steps to him, he's going to have to cower. He's going to get beat up or he's going to look like a bitch. One of the two, He knows he can't defend himself. He knows he can't defend his family. That guy carries himself differently than a guy who knows, I might get beat, but you're going to get hurt too at the very least. Like, there's different levels to it. And then there's the guy that walks around supremely confident. Oh my God. We need money right now. Iran attacks Israel. We need you to give us money right now. Right now. Oh, look, yeah, that's new. There's no burnt anywhere, but it's all the same footage. It always is. Oh yeah, shelters and yep. Look at all this. Look at this shit. Where's the bomb marks? This bitch is ridiculous. She's got on a fucking bulletproof vest. Why does she have on a bulletproof vest? Am I supposed to believe that she's in Israel right now? Desperately trying to... Oh, no! The International Fellowship of Christians and Jews only helps out Jews. Only. Anyway, yeah, the covenants thing. You ever watch Direct D? Direct D is really great. Or even Auditing Erie County, Sean Paul Reyes. You watch these guys, and what these guys end up doing is making it look easy. It's almost kind of like a negative, and it kind of explains why they're maybe allowed to do what they do and have the reach that they do have, because they inspire so many dumb people who watch their videos and think it's easy because they make it look so easy. They make it look so easy because they're supremely confident because they've educated themselves. And unless you've educated yourself, along with, they have a huge bank account that they can pay to get out of shit. Right? They know if they get busted, they can pay to get fucking out. They have a lawyer on hand. There's a lot more shit that comes, a lot more confidence comes to you when you have the pieces in place behind you, when you know what you're doing. I come across as supremely confident in this regard. If we were doing like a geometry test or some shit, I'd look like a fucking idiot. You know? I'm not math guy. I'm this guy. This thing. I'm the best at this. And until somebody else proves they're better than me at this, I'm going to keep going with me being the best at this. My nasty what? Oh, go and learn some grammar, primary school level, if you please. Yeah. This is just strange, man. It's you know, I'm so glad to hear, and that's the other thing, right? Matt said he just can't help but tell people this shit. That's what truth is. That's why it's so interesting that I don't get any sort of, you know, if the Christians have the truth, if the Jews have the truth, Muslims have the truth, why are they so, you know, reluctant to share it? Why don't they ever actually engage? You know what's interesting is it's Saturday. It's a Sabbath. And a lot of the profiles that are normally here and will be here tomorrow aren't here. A lot of this shit talking, like I just realized the numbers are way down. They're always way down on Saturdays. Sundays they're a lot better, but Saturdays, because it's the Sabbath. Now it makes sense. You'd still think the bots would be able to do it. Why can't the bots? Why can't the bots do this without the people behind? Netanyahu says Iran. Okay, let's see. News. Sort by date. 5 minutes ago, as Netanyahu prepares for elections, his foes in Iran and Lebanon could get a vote. What? Since when are they allowed to remove Netanyahu again? I thought he was... Oh, yeah! That's what I wanted to say. Fuck Chuck Norris. Holy shit, fuck Chuck Norris. What's up, Wales? I would insult you by doing the accent, but then I'd look stupid because I don't do it well. At least, I don't think I do. Aren't you guys more the royal, like, hello, I'm from Wales? I don't fucking know. I have no idea what I'm talking about. You know a Welsh accent? If you do, I would love to hear it. Heideldy, I'm Welsh. I'm Welsh. I'm Dutch. Where is Welsh from? Is Welsh Swedish? I don't know what Welsh is. I know Swedish is Swedish, but like I don't know where Welsh is from. Why don't I know this? Terrible good try, though. Thank you. Thank you. I thought it was convincing. I think if somebody were to hear me, they'd be like, hey, from Wales. Welsh from Wales. Gotcha. Is that guy from Wales? Yeah, that makes so much sense, doesn't it? I'm so dumb. As soon as I went to say it, I was like, is that guy from Wales? Oh, dude. God, I'm dumb. Wales is one of 4 countries in the UK. We know nothing about your shit, but I would assume you don't know anything about us. Like, I bet you know. Do you know which one Michigan is without looking it up? Do you know which state Michigan is? Just offhand. 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 Do you know which one Michigan is? Offhand. I'm in the valleys, guys. Sweden. This Blake is another of mine. He's on my island. Oh, Blake. Right on. Glad to see you. I was like, Blake, do you mean bloke? But then I looked at his name. I know the names of the states, couldn't tell you where they are. Well, Michigan is the one that looks like a hand. So that's what it's the glove, I would say. Wales is like the Native Americans of the UK. I mean, for me, I am down the old world Tartaria-esque. I hate, Tartaria is just the name brand at this point. I know Tartaria is, I use it in a very broad sense because I don't know what else to really call it, old world. But I don't believe in the Native Americans of the United States, let alone the Native Americans of the UK or anything like that. I think our entire history is fabricated. And I think it sort of begins in the 1800s. Maybe it's the 1700s. Maybe it's 1776 is the reset. Maybe that's why, so much surrounds that date. I don't really know. But I know that, I know the Pentagon is said to have been built in from September 11th, 60th anniversary was the attack. September 11th, 1941, which, they selected the site 9 days earlier. 9 days earlier, they decided that this is where they were going to build the Pentagon. And 9 days later, they signed the final paperwork and begun construction same day. And they built the entire structure by January of 1943. So roughly 16 months or so if you include the planning stages. 15 months if you just go by construction. 7 total floors, 2 below ground, 5 above ground, and then multiple rings of each. And you just go, and of course there's literally no construction photos of it. You can say there is, you can look for them. Like I had Grok look for it, and Grok was like, oh, those construction photos are locked away in the Smithsonian. Yeah, okay, so pull them up. What do you mean? Why would the construction photos of the Pentagon be a secret? And I don't even mean like detailed, just aerial footage or somebody from a surrounding building took a picture every week to show the progression of the Pentagon being built. Something like that. Just to dig the hole, to excavate all of the forest swampland. It was actually swampland that was there. So how do you excavate swampland that quickly? You have to excavate all the swampland while digging a perfect 2 basement floor down, basement and a sub-basement, underground, which means you have to pour the concrete for the sub-basement first. That has to dry before you can pour the next layer of concrete on top. How would you pour a second level of super thick, 6 foot thick concrete with steel inside it? How would you pour that, and how would it dry in enough time to be able to put layers on top of it? All in 15 months. So that being said, let's see. True that us Celts got to stick together. Don't worry, like a regular feature here, and I'm not getting removed, and not by my dude here. I am by Jove's true story guy telling. American lore is crazy. I'm just looking around on YouTube looking for chill people. I'm not chill. I am calling for the unity and revolution to kill all pedophiles and remove the friar control scheme, the Jewish control scheme that controls everything. Yeah, no, I suggest we fight back. I guess my presentation may come across as chill, but I'm pretty adamant and pretty, you know, I'm very focused and driven to make these things happen. But like I say, the whole so because of this narrative being told to me, this one narrative really throws everything off for me, right? Because I'd be willing to say resets happened, 1776 or something. But I can't buy the Pentagon construction narrative, and that stretches into 43. It's obviously January 43, but 1943. So that is so far. Like, where are the people that can be like, no, I was there. I saw the swampland before the Pentagon was built, and then I watched as they constructed it, and 15,000 workers working day and night. Where did the 50? I mean, if you have 15,000 workers working day or night, are you saying 15,000 total in shifts? Or are you saying 15,000 are working at any given time? Either way, where do all of those people live? Who feeds them? What are they being fed? They would have to have a pretty substantial diet to be able to do all of that insane construction, working so fucking diligently and hard and miraculously. So they would have to have lots and lots of meat and all kinds. Where did all that come from? Who was supplying it? Who was cooking it? What was this? What was the whole setup like? I completely agree with you, but I don't think all Jews are bad. Well, when you understand that they don't have to be associated with the pedophile cult, but they choose to be. Like, the genocide part is really, really bad, but it's not the worst part. I'm the loudest voice you're going to hear screaming, we need to protect the Jewish children. Nobody else is screaming, we need to protect the Jewish children. And when you understand what they do, and it's not just like, because first of all, you only believe that they the narrative because they tell you. They say, oh, this doesn't happen as much as you think it does. How do you know what I think it is? And if you say, oh, well, because everybody's, not everyone does it, that makes it okay? No. But the fact is, if I know about the shit and I'm a dumb Goyim, and I can make this argument all day, why don't they know about this? You can't say they don't know about it.
I think that people look at it like, Islam. There's Islam, and then there's the radical Islam, and they have different beliefs. They know each other exists. Doesn't mean they're gonna not call themselves Islamic. So I think that people kind of categorize it like, okay, well, there is Jewish as a whole, and then there's the the Hasidic Jews that believe in and practice certain things, and then there's the modern Jews that don't. They know the Hasidic exists. They have heard of their practices, don't agree or believe in them, um, and we're not going to stop them. So I think that I don't know. I think that people justify it or excuse it in a lot of different ways that whether they sound well reasoned or not. um it's one thing to be accepting and have cultural diversity and traditional diversities, things like that. um and I want him to hear this, so I'm going to repeat that little bit.
Repeat that.
First of all, I was saying, I think that people kind of justify by categorizing it in their head,
I heard
like,
that part, yeah.
okay, so, like, yeah, there's the radical Hasidic Jews that have these weird practices, but we're the modern Jews. We know that exists. We don't agree with it. We don't believe in it, but we also cannot stop it. That's what they do. So that led me to saying, it's one thing to have cultural diversity and traditional diversity and be open and accepting of, other people's ways. But when it comes down to something that a group is doing disguised as being a cultural or traditional, root of theirs, when it comes down to harming children, whether it be their own or others, causing lifelong damage and trauma, potentially physical trauma and damage, permanent damage. That's when it doesn't matter what you associate that with, whether it's, well, that's what my ancestors have traditionally done. Who gives a fuck? At that point, it becomes a moral issue, which extends beyond religious and tradition, and it's a moral, a human, a biological issue.
Tradition.
And that's when it needs to be, we need to intervene, and it needs to be stopped. Just because it's always been done does not mean that it should be.
Okay, so
But yes, I think you were talking about.
no, I got you. I got you.
We categorize it.
Right, I hear what you're saying. So I hear that argument, and I think that argument is a straw man sort of argument where it sort of takes the responsibility away from something and puts it on something else. But the reality is, you can't say, "Oh, we know about it. There's nothing we can do about it." There absolutely is. You know. And the thing is, there's
well, then how can we stop them?
we can outlaw it. We can make it illegal. They can start being punished for it. Pretty simple. They can be punished like anybody else would be punished for violating a child.
Well, then we need to relook at our laws, because a
Exactly.
lot of our laws have. I did it.
The
for
revolution
religious
is
reasons
not
as a reason.
yeah, the revolution is an all-encompassing thing. It's not this or that. It has to be everything. But at the end of the day, we are not talking about innocent people who are just ignorant to what's going on, and they're nice and whatever. We're talking about a group of people who 100% of the time, if you bring this shit up, they will attack you. They will attack you. They will try to make you sound like there's something wrong with you, like you're this really horrible person and all this. And this is across the fucking board. The reality is, this is a fantasy bullshit nothing. There's nothing about it that's real. There's nothing about it that's provable. There's literally nothing that's valuable enough to justify turning a blind eye to such atrocity across the board. And the notion that, oh, it doesn't happen as much as you think, oh, it's just this small group, or You're just dumb. Why would you trust them? You honestly believe them? When they say that shit, you honestly believe them? I can tell you, all the fucking bris videos and all that shit that I see on YouTube, they're not Hasidiotics. They're regulars. And this whole notion of circumcision itself needs to be eliminated. The only reason why circumcision exists is so that they can do their thing without looking like absolute total weirdos. That's why we do it. There's no medical fucking necessity for it, or, you know, they actually say that the dangers outweigh the potential benefits. So to sit here, excuses that, you know, well, it's cultural, oh, we this. No, if you're a good person, you don't need to be associated with something to be that good person. And for you to say I'm a good person, but I belong to a really bad organization that does a whole bunch of shit, and not only do I turn a blind eye to it, I attack anyone who speaks against it, you lose good person status in my mind.
That's Christians though too.
Yeah, for sure. For sure, but you have to start somewhere. And the only way you can't attack the entire problem at one time. You have to start at the top. We cut the head off. If we cut off the head, and now we have access to a lot of hidden information. You know, Christianity is going to fall apart naturally when truth is exposed. And just like Matt said earlier, when you know the truth, you don't keep it to yourself. You're not weird about it. If somebody asks you, hey, why do you think that way? You're like bubbling. You're like giddy. You can't wait to tell somebody the truth. When you know a little secret, like let's say you know, hey, I got a tip that this horse is going to come in early. This horse, you want to tell all of your friends and family so they can get in on it too. Hey guys, we can make some money. Like that's what come up is. That's what truth is. You want to share that. You want to share good fortune with your people. You know, if you had some, you know, if you figured out some way to cure something or whatever, you wouldn't be like, oh, I'm not telling anybody. That's my secret. You would tell everybody. The only thing that affects that is our reliance on money. You know, if it weren't for money, you know, if you didn't think, oh shit, I found something that I can then change my life, my family's lives, my children's lives, my parents' lives, my brothers, sisters, everyone's lives, if I can just figure out how to make this work because of the money situation. You eliminate the money from the equation, and now everybody is just sharing for good fortune. If you could tell the truth about every religion, they would fall apart. Exactly. Science is compliance. Let's see. My girlfriend is Jewish. Jesus. I see everything that goes on in their family, and it's nothing like what the internet is saying. Listen, because people put on a good show, because people can go, well, I don't do this part of it. That doesn't absolve you. If you know that your neighbor is raping children on a regular basis, goes out at night, kidnaps a child, brings it home, and then disposes of the body, and there's parents asking about it, and the police know, and all that shit, and you absolutely 100% know it's him, and you say nothing, what does that say about you? Right? You're a piece of shit. I don't care how nice, how good your fucking chocolate chip cookies are, how nice you are to my face. When you look over at that house, you know that a child is being decimated in there and you do nothing, go fuck yourself. You know, especially if it's like, well, that guy gives me some fucking... that guy promises me that when I die, I'll get a big-ass mansion in heaven when I die. So he has some connections of some sort. So he told me that. Once he told me that, I was like, all right, man, rape away. Like, what am I going to do? I can't stop it. I'm shouting it in Scotland. I'm not being met well by the friends of Lesriel. They're fucking with my phone. They gave me a genocidal flag as my top emoji. Then this morning, they removed all my Dode screen emojis, which I use as responses to be immediate. Yeah. Great to hear a full opinion from you, Ange. Haven't had you on screen time for a while. Blessed be. Please tell Ange I send my love. I don't think your good lady caught my comments as she was passionately making her point, which was far more valuable than the exchange of pleasantries. Circumcision should only be medical, and yes, there are medical reasons. Yeah, there are very, 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 very few medical reasons to do that.
I'm sure there are medical reasons.
Yeah.
You know, severe infection, and
No,
I'm sure there's reasons for.
There'll be like the pee hole will be in the wrong spot or something like that.
Deformity or,
right. Yeah, stuff like that.
Sure.
There's no fucking medical reason to do that. That's why they don't do it in Europe. It's outlawed. Right? They go, no, the risks are far too high. It's unnecessary. It takes away the feeling for both. You know, I would imagine that ripple of skin pulled back helps with the sensation for the female. More surface area. If you could tell, I'm sick of hearing about my truth tales. There's only one, the truth. Nature is my God. I'm still talking about very rare medical reasons, i.e. foreskin too tight causing extreme pain, is the most common by far. Yeah, okay. So there's shit that yeah. Yeah. But, other thing that's so stupid again, you only believe it because they tell you to believe it. But when you think about it and you go, okay, so whether they're Hasidic or not, they wait the 8 days, right? Because the vagina is nasty and the moil won't touch the child that hasn't had the 7 days of purity. They have the bris, right? They have the party. Everybody comes. They perform the Brit Milah. They do all of the rituals. It's 4-step rituals, right? Metzitzia, suction, is the 3rd step. You're telling me they do all of the other shit? They hire the same guy who does this regularly, the type of guy who knows he has a disease inside him and won't step down. The guy, the guy who went into this knowing that was going to be his only job to begin with. You're telling me they go through all of it and they go, yeah, but that one step that you have to do to complete the religious ritual so the significance is there to begin with, skip that. You really think that's what they do? That's foolish. You wouldn't do that. You don't follow all of the word of God but this one piece. That's what you think. That's what the fuck you think. Because they've given you the escaped goat of the Hasidiotics to put all the... But it's not us. They gave you the escaped goat. Right, sweetheart?
Mm-hmm. Say it again. Tell you. Bend your pillow.
What? It's the escaped goat. But that's still rare by comparison.
Up here. You don't have to leave.
It's all so obvious, guys. You know, again, I've been doing this for such a long time. I've had people that pretend to be rabbis come through, and all sorts of different characters come through who identify as friars, and yet none of them even come close to engaging in this conversation. If anything, they'll start trying to distract. Go outside, blah blah blah, poor kids. Yep. So you think the idea of a good parent is to make a 15-year-old and a 13-year-old hang out with their dad all day long every day?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's what they want to do. Hey, whatever you guys want to do, stop doing it. Stop doing it. Hang out with me instead. Meh. That's how that works. Not all Jews do the section thing. It's wrong. I agree with you. Yeah. Okay, so again, first of all, you have no idea what you're talking about. Sure, not all of them do it, but far, far more of them do it than don't do it. And far more of them do it than should be acceptable in our world. Right? Because even if it's one, it's more than enough. Right? The key to this argument is to ask you, where are the Jews speaking out against it? Where is the huge Jewish movement speaking out against metzitzia? They don't exist, and they don't. They all of them. Not, you can't bring it up, and one of them will be like, "Oh, I agree with you. That's horrible." No, as soon as you go, no, this is an unacceptable thing, and this practice should be eliminated outright altogether. Fuck your religious tradition bullshit. They're always going to fight against you. Always. Being Jewish, and we just had a newborn son and nothing like that happened. Guess why? You're not Jewish. Yeah, it's a different thing. You circumcised your kid though, right? And you had a bris, right? You had the whole ceremony, right? At the end of the day, how often does your family speak out against that? Even more so. When was the last time you heard one of your Jewish family members speak out against soul correction? When was the last time you heard any of them speak out against the Bottom of Darkness article that was the whole ritual sexual abuse that is literally everywhere in Israel, top to bottom? And they repeatedly tell you that it isn't just in Israel, it's all over the world. They say it like 5 or 6 times in the article. And when they're saying it, I guess they're not realizing that they're saying, like, they're acknowledging that Jewish ritualistic sexual abuse is happening all over the world, because that's what the article is about. And you have places like Lakewood, New Jersey. You have these settlements popping up all over. I'm sure wherever you are in the UK, there are those neighborhoods that seemingly popped up where everybody there looks like a penguin, and you're not really welcome. If people are good people, they don't need to associate with a fucking pedophilic genocidal group. No, he's not circumcised because that goes against my religion. Yeah, but you're in the UK too. It's not common. You know, it's not, it's, you guys, it's been basically outlawed in the UK. Not all Christians join the Episcopalian ping pong and Scrabble groups, but there still fucking goes on. Gotcha. Boom! Roasted! You do not get to say something is okay or something is not as bad as it is because not everyone does it. Not everyone fucks dead people. Do we think that, like, you know, it shouldn't be outlawed? Because, well, there are lots of people that don't do it, so why would we outlaw it? Sherlock Holmes here says that you are unknowingly mingling with people within the family and or a close circle of friends of the family and taking part in it, my friend. My term for a mic drop.
Oh, you have a friend that knows you?
It's one of Karen's friends is the guy that's married to a Jewish woman.
Oh.
You know, the whole thing is fucking crazy. You know, and that's just it, is it's like, listen, guys, okay, I know you say you belong to this thing, okay, sure. But do you understand what this thing does and represents? What is the part where you need to be attached to it? What part is that? Oh, well, it's tradition and it's okay. Well, there's lots of really bad, awful traditions that have been long since forgotten. You know, we've gotten past them. Why are we hanging on to yours because of what? What good comes out of that community that is so necessary in keeping that community going?
We used to throw rice at weddings until we realized it made pigeons blow up. So now we don't anymore. You adapt.
Boom, roasted. That was a great fucking point. Let's walk into why we tell you about fucking dead bodies. It's called an analogy. I'm sure if you sat back and just were quiet for a minute, you might be able to figure things out. I'm assuming. Maybe I'm wrong. Hiding behind the idea that it's tradition, it is literally it's just bullshit. It's like, okay, so it's traditionally bad, so let's fix that. Yeah. We're talking about a cult that so much of it revolves around redemption. See, do you know about the Bottom of Darkness article? Right? That was obscure, Angela. Right. I need to know if Blake has any idea of the Bottom of Darkness article. Because you can sit here and act like I'm doing something or saying something inappropriate all day. You can hide behind your, oh, it's anti-Semitism. First of all, do you know what Semitism means? Not anti-Semitism, Semitism. According to Webster's, the one we all agree makes the words, Semitism is policy or predisposition favorable to Jews. Policy, rules and regulations. Predisposition, if your mom's family all has cancer, no matter how you live your life, you have a predisposition to cancer. It's genetic. Policy and predisposition favorable to Jews. There's no other word like that for anyone else in the language. And yet, that's what that is. They don't demand equality. They demand supremacy. Policy and predisposition is supremacy. All the rules and regulations and how you feel going into, as soon as you hear it's for us or about us, you got to go with it because you know it favors us, and that's all that matters is us being favored. If your Jewish family isn't the loudest voice you know against the atrocities in Gaza, making the Jewish people look. See, this is the thing I never understand. I believe I'm the loudest voice I know for the Jewish children. Why am I not being supported by Jewish people all over the world at this point? Why aren't there Jews coming out of the woodwork saying, you know, I've always been scared to say it, but this guy's right. We need to do something. The children don't deserve this. Bottom of darkness is awful. It's much worse than people think it is. That article, they interviewed 10 different women who all said the same shit. Several rabbis were mentioned in multiple things. Like,
what are they giving up by doing that?
A lot, I would assume.
There you go.
A lot.
You just answered why.
Yeah, well, sometimes you got to give up a lot for the right things to happen.
Yeah, but what do they personally gain from it after they've given everything up?
You gain that peace that you don't have. You gain that sense of confidence that Matt was talking about earlier. But you don't walk around knowing that you're supporting a pedophile organization.
Again, that doesn't pay the bills, and that's what they.
Yeah, well, you can work and you can do what you need to do just like everybody else does. Right? Right, exactly. Now we have to start addressing stereotypes. We have to start addressing, reality. And either you say, no, I want to live in my fantasy world where I am where I benefit from supremacy. And we go, okay, well, at least you're being honest. Go live in the Jewish Autonomous Oblast with the rest of your people and go see how that works out for you. I don't advocate the destruction of any of them. I want them all I just want them to move. Just like they just want the Palestinians to move, right? I just want them to move. And the thing is, when I win the presidency in 2028, it is going to be messy because it's our responsibility to go clean up that mess. We made the mess. We have to clean it up. We can't just pull out of Palestine and be like, all right, good luck. I guess we could because immediately the other nations would wipe out the Israeli part of it. So maybe we could do that, but I feel like
let the puppy out.
Puppy. We made that mess. We need to clean it up. We gave Israel all of its power. We need to do something about it.
What? Without really?
We have to, if somebody tells you you're not allowed to say something, you have to say why. Why? Why am I not allowed to say it? Who says so? Who are you to tell me what I'm allowed to say or think or do? I don't suggest committing crimes. But, when it comes to the whole, we have to have a reality check. It can't just be, okay, well, I don't want to play this anymore and pretend like everything's fine. We absolutely have decimated the Palestinian people. And we need to do everything we can to not just eliminate their oppression, their oppressors, but rebuild their shit that we destroyed without any sense of gain for us at all. We just need to help them rebuild. And the Jewish Autonomous Oblast, that was set up for the Jews a long time ago. That's their own place. That was there long before Israel. And it's beautiful. It's bigger than Israel. All of it. I have zero, I don't understand your loyalty, your allegiance. What about the Jews in Israel and where does your support, your allegiance, your loyalty come from towards them? Outside of biblical bullshit, what? What if you go, well, no, they did make the world a better place by what? We should absolutely be paying for all of their health care and all that. So we don't pay for our people's health care, but we should be paying for their health care because they are so much better than us because of what? I'm just confused. Trying to have an adult conversation with people is interesting. Karen's friend just got mad and left. That was that. He didn't like what I was saying. I wasn't being rude. I wasn't being mean. Just pointing out some truth, and he didn't like it. And that's just how this works all the time. People just, I don't like what you're saying, so you shouldn't say it. I don't like what you're saying, so I'm not going to listen anymore. And you know what? I'm going to appease you on this one. You guys have yourselves a wonderful day. Go get all the free download, www.the-bilderberg-group.com. It's free download, free music. When you click download and I ask you how much you want to pay, you click 0 and it's free. Shit, I need to record. Yeah, you guys have yourself a wonderful day. Go check out all the different links in the description. First link is the music. Second link is Hollywoodism, the most important film ever made that will teach you, Goyim, why you think you the way you do, why you believe in Ben Franklin and George Washington and all of the bullshit that you believe. It's because of Hollywoodism. The third link is the Israel Hayom Bottom of Darkness article. It's the most important article ever written. There's no Goyim involvement at all whatsoever. It's 100% Semitism, and it lays it all out for you as to why you have an entire population of psychopaths who can be like, oh no, it's tradition, we deserve it. No, we can rape children. It's okay. Don't worry about it, because it's all been done to them. It's just horrible. It's fucking awful. So, have yourself a wonderful day. Check out all the different receipts. Havara agreement, act, auto emancipation, all of it. It's crazy. Anyway, yeah. Have yourself a wonderful day. Talk to you later. Bye. Pedophiles, kill yourself. Kill yourself. Kill yourself. Kill yourself. Pedophiles, kill yourself. Yeah, let the grown-ups with a modicum of mental capacity and vocabulary let you see that we use metaphorical and allegorical speech, and you might click on or get back to school. Karen, you're crazy. Love you. See ya. Bye.